You're not poor because you're lazy. You're poor because everything around you has been quietly engineered to keep you in survival mode, working endlessly to stay afloat while someone else gets rich from your effort. From the moment you were old enough to understand the world, you were fed a carefully scripted story. Go to school, get good grades, land a stable job, work for decades, save diligently, and then, maybe, if you're lucky, you'll retire comfortably. But here's the uncomfortable truth. They lied to you, not out of malice, but because they were lied to too. And now you're caught in a cycle that's almost impossible to break if you never question the script. You wake up every morning, trade your most valuable resource, your time, for a fixed income, and by the end of the month, most of it is gone to bills, rent, taxes, and a few small joys that fade quickly, leaving you right where you started. This video isn't just a rant, it's a wake-up call, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why you're still broke and what you can do to finally break free. Let's begin with the most subtle and powerful trap of all, your paycheck, which seems like stability, but is actually a leash dressed as freedom. You were taught to value security, and so you chase a monthly salary thinking it gives you control. But in reality, it's a system that pays you just enough to keep you working without questioning the game. The harsh truth is you're trading hours for money in a system where your time is finite, your energy is limited, and every dollar you earn is taxed before you even touch it. And every time you get a raise, lifestyle inflation kicks in. Your rent gets a little higher, your car gets a little nicer, your meals get slightly more expensive, and just like that, your extra income disappears. This isn't financial progress, it's financial treadmill running. And the only way off is to stop relying on earned income and start building income that doesn't need your time attached to it. You might say, but I'm working hard, I'm putting in hours, why am I still stuck? The answer lies in how the system rewards your time. It rewards you for being predictable, for being reliable, for sticking to the script, but it never teaches you how to build systems that work for you, even when you sleep. The rich know that the best way to make money isn't to earn it directly, it's to build income sources that grow while you're not working. But you won't learn that from a paycheck. You'll only learn that by breaking free from the belief that your job is your future. Even if you make decent money, it won't matter, because the world around you is built to make sure you spend it before you ever get a chance to build anything meaningful. We live in a consumption-driven society where every ad, every influencer, every algorithm is designed to trigger your insecurity and convince you that spending money is the only way to feel successful. You see someone with designer shoes, a new iPhone, or a luxury vacation, and suddenly your perfectly fine life feels inadequate, so you spend money you don't have on things you don't need to impress people you don't even know. What most people don't realize is that the people flashing wealth online often don't own anything. They're in debt, they're renting luxury, and they're stuck in the exact same trap, just dressed better. The truth is, poor people buy liabilities, and rich people buy assets. One gets poorer with every swipe of the card, and the other gets richer every time they delay gratification to build long-term wealth. You might think it's harmless to treat yourself to a $5 coffee every day or buy the newest phone on a whim, but it adds up, and it's not just the small purchases, it's the mindset behind them. When you constantly buy things that don't appreciate in value, you're telling your brain that the quickest way to happiness is through consumption. This is how you end up stuck in a cycle of never having enough, always wanting more, but never truly building wealth. True wealth is built by investing in things that increase in value, not things that lose their worth the moment you walk out of the store. But here's the hardest lesson of all. The reason most people stay broke is because they choose comfort over growth, and they stay in the same place because it feels safe. Comfort is addictive, quiet, and deadly. It convinces you to stay in a job you hate, avoid learning new skills, and delay every decision that might actually improve your life. It doesn't scream at you like failure does, but it whispers constantly, telling you it's not the right time, or maybe next month, or what if you lose everything? But every day you choose comfort over action is another day your future self will pay the price. And by the time you finally feel ready, it's often too late. The wealthy didn't get rich by feeling ready. They got rich by starting when it was uncomfortable, building when they were scared, and trusting the process before they saw results. Most people wait for the perfect moment, but that perfect moment never comes. It's a trap. If you keep waiting, you'll miss the opportunities that are staring you in the face right now. And before you know it, you'll find yourself regretting wasted time. If there's one mindset shift that separates the wealthy from the struggling, it's this. Rich people don't just work harder, they own more. They own businesses, intellectual property, media channels, rental income, investments, things that keep paying them even when they're asleep or on vacation. Meanwhile, poor people work harder, longer, and often better, but they don't own anything, so every dollar they make depends on them showing up again and again forever. The path to wealth isn't about working yourself into the ground. It's about building leverage, automating income, and creating systems that scale without you. If you're not building something that earns while you rest, then no matter how hard you work, you'll always be one paycheck away from poverty. Every business, every product, every investment that creates income while you sleep is a building block for freedom. This isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, learning to leverage your skills, resources, and time to build something that grows on its own. All right, let's talk about one of the biggest lies that holds entrepreneurs and aspiring business owners back. The myth that saving will make you rich. Saving is important, don't get me wrong, but saving alone will never make you wealthy. If you think that putting your money into a savings account and watching it grow is your path to financial freedom, I've got news for you. You're already falling behind. The truth is, as an entrepreneur, you need to think like a business owner, not a traditional employee. When you start a business or pursue an entrepreneurial journey, your goal isn't to save pennies. Your goal is to generate cash flow that grows through investing in opportunities that make your money work for you, not just sitting stagnant in a bank account. Saving $5,000 for the next 10 years is fine if you're planning to live off that in retirement. But as an entrepreneur, you need to take that $5,000, put it into something that will create more money. Maybe it's an online business, an investment in real estate, or maybe even starting your own tech startup. Anything that's a productive asset and builds revenue while you sleep is your ticket to financial freedom. Let me give you a real world example. Look at the tech giants. Do you think Jeff Bezos saved his way to wealth? Absolutely not. He took his money and reinvested it into Amazon. Every dollar he earned went back into his business, growing it, expanding it, leveraging it. That's what the wealthy do. They're in the business of making their money multiply, not just saving it. Entrepreneurs like him aren't looking at how much they can save. They're asking, how can I use my resources to create more revenue? In the traditional world, people are taught to save, save, save. And while that may work for someone in a 9-to-5 job where there's no room to grow, it doesn't work for a startup entrepreneur. You need to reinvest, take risks, and scale your business. Building wealth isn't about tucking your profits away in a bank. It's about leveraging your resources into something that will grow exponentially. So ask yourself, are you thinking like an entrepreneur or are you thinking like a saver? Because if you're not investing in growth, you're just treading water. And in the world of entrepreneurship, treading water means sinking. Finally, you have the power to break free. The world doesn't reward the hardest worker, it rewards the smartest builder. Entrepreneurs who create, scale, and invest wisely are the ones who build real wealth, not those who simply work harder. Now's your time to act. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment because the perfect moment will never come. You want to build something of your own? Start today. Reinvest in yourself and your ideas. Start that side hustle. Build that business. Take calculated risks that will grow your wealth. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to live your dreams. The future is yours to create, but only if you take that first step, even when it's uncomfortable. Start small, but think big. Time is ticking, and you don't want to wake up in 10 years, looking back at the time you wasted playing it safe. Don't be the person who looks at the rich and says, how did they do it? Be the person who looks at their own journey and says, I did it. So take action today. Invest in your future. Don't wait. Break free. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more insights and strategies to level up your financial game. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's build something amazing together.